Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, welcome to Art and Tea with Angie. Okay, what I want to share with you guys today is the last video. I'll link the video below. I drew this. I drew one of my girls, and then I painted her in my last video, and then that's what she looks like after I painted her in. So I told you guys within a week or two I'd be working on the a background, one of my collage and paint backgrounds that I do. So that is what we're going to be working on. And for those who haven't seen my artwork before, I thought I'd just do a quick little review on some of the stuff I've done before. So I drew her and painted her up. And then I do the world separately, and then I collage her on here. And then, of course, I'll paint over her a little bit to make sure she's into this whole thing. And this is all collage pieces and paint. So I take collage pieces from magazines and everything, and then I apply paint to them and turn them into other things. Like this right here, it was a cake, but now it's a waterfall. This was a watch, but I put a bunch of like little planets on here, so now it's its own world, plus there's like shooting stars. Okay, so things like that. This was a watch that I turned into a bridge. This is a bird, but I put a little waterfall on its nose, and a little person is sitting on the bridge of the nose there. So just so you guys can kind of get a feeling, and all of this artwork is in my Etsy shop, which is www.myfairytreasures.etsy.com. So you can get my work there. It comes in 8x10s and 11x14s. Also, I'm going to be starting a Patreon page up, and I'll have like fun little kits of my artwork that you can collect, and for like, it's like they have different tiers, like different donations, like for $5 you get this, and 10 you get this, and 15, and so every month it's like a little club, and you'll get like all this little different things. Like I think I'm going to do 4x6 little cards, which are really fun. I wish I had some with me here right now. But I'll talk about this more as we go along. But I'll offer 4x6 cards. I'll offer my girls and my stuff in coloring book pages. I'll offer the 8x10s, 11x14s for different tiers. So anyway, just look for that. That's going to be coming. This is one of my favorite pieces here. This is a mermaid that I drew and painted her, and then I did this whole world behind her. Down here is like a car in the ocean and like time in the ocean. There's time in the sky here, but you can barely see. Okay, girls, sorry about that. My camera ran out of space. Anyway, I had to delete some things. So anyway, I was just showing you some of my artwork, and just showing you kind of how I do things, how this collage background and paint will end up. Just wanted to show you some of my work. This is a fairy that I did. It's like a little hippie, funky fairy. This is one of my favorites too. I really like her. This is a ring right here. I turned it into a waterfall. This was a pant leg, and I turned it into a mountain. This is a cake. I turned into a waterfall. Another cake, waterfall. Time in the sky, and I put the sky over the time. Okay, so we won't go through all of this, but I'm just wanting to show you this is what the goal is. My artwork will be is in my Etsy shop, like I said. And just a couple more pages. This is my little cafe girl. I love her. She's a mixed media background. This is another girl that I've drawn, and she is in the collage backgrounds and paint. And then this is just what I call my my graffiti backgrounds, where I just do so much cool stuff in the background and it just seeps up through. And I love doing stuff like this for backgrounds. So anyway, let me put this away. I just wanted to share that so you guys know where we're going, where we're heading to. Oh, really quick, I just wanted to share something with you guys too. Before we start, this is my newest girl that I just drew recently. I saw this photograph, and I don't know where I found it. It was on the computer. It was a photograph of this girl, and let me see if I can come any closer. There was a photograph of this girl, and then there was a crow sitting on her head, a black crow. So I painted this girl. Her eyes were closed. I thought she was just so pretty. And then this black crow. So that's going to be my next thing that I'm going to paint in. And also, since I said I'm going to do Patreon, I'm going to make sure I have like coloring book pages to offer. in my Patreon thing. So then I went ahead and did all kinds of leaves and wild roses all around her. So I drew all this in. It has to be inked out yet. I inked her out. She's inked out, but I haven't inked out all of that. So let me see if I can come in a little bit closer, just so you guys can kind of see. So I think she turned out pretty cool. So I'm excited to get started on her too. That's my problem, you guys. I like to do way too many things. Woo! I drive myself insane. People go, I don't know how you fit it all in. I don't either. I just have to. I don't know why. I have to drive myself nuts. Anyway, okay, so that's another thing down the road, the next week or two, that I'll be working on. Okay, now let's get on to this. Let me make sure where my camera's hitting at. Okay, so let me come in a little closer. So this is, okay, everything, oh, jeez. Let me give you guys the wide view, and then we'll get in closer. Okay. I've had other videos that I've done this, and you guys will see. So these are all collage, all magazine cutouts. And you will see how everything in here will change. This right here was a part of a skirt. This is going to be the sky, okay? So little reminiscence of this, which maybe it was a curtain or something, will pop up. The chandelier will pop up a little bit through the sky. This right here is going to be mountains, but they're flowers right now, okay? There'll probably be mountains with snow, because I want to do a lot. This picture is going to be a very wintry, snowy, beautiful fantasy type of theme. I saw it on If You Think You Can Dance, this theme, and I really wanted to do a painting about it, or my background, and make it look something like that. So that's my inspiration. These are some stairs over here, and these are going to have tons of snow dripping up. A lot of times I do a lot of water, but in this one I want to do a lot of snow, okay? There still will be some water dripping, but I want to do a lot of snow. This is going to be a little bit of a cave. So you see it, so you guys get the gist of it. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? So we're going to start up here. So I'm going to bring the camera in closer, so you guys can see just what I'm working on. We don't need to see the rest of the piece right now. That's probably good right there. Okay. All right, so get myself a little bit of tea. All right, so let me get my paints together here. I got these 3 colors for the sky. That's what we'll start with. So let me just put these on the thing. Oh my gosh, I got one of my favorite shirts on, and I don't have a paint shirt on. Oh, hope I'm not going to be sorry. I probably will. I may have to stop this filming for a second and go put a t-shirt on, one of my paint shirts. All right, you guys, I'm getting my palette ready right now. Okay, just be just a second. Still getting paint on my little palette. Okay, so we got some color going, okay? And I just used the tops of, like, you know, little plastic things. Okay. I did go put a paint shirt on because I would just about want to kill myself if I did that. Okay. Let's start. Just a second, guys. I'm looking for paintbrushes. I don't know why I didn't get my paintbrushes going before this. Okay, good. Thank God I always have all my paintbrushes that I like right out in front of me. Pretty much. Okay. So I'm getting these paintbrushes together. Sorry guys, just a second. There's another paintbrush I love for clouds, if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Like I said, thank God I usually keep all the brushes I really, really like, I keep right out in front of me so I can get to them quickly. Okay, so we're going to use fingers, and we're going to finger paint these clouds in here. or clouds, sky. Well, there will also be clouds also. And I need some baby wipes. Oh, you guys, I'm just like not prepared. Where the heck are my baby wipes? Oh, here they are. Okay, not too far away. Thank God. Okay. Let's put those right there. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want it to, I want to keep it light. So that you still see some of the chandelier. So that's why I have this baby wipe, which I will now again spread. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. I need to say something too. I'll work and talk at the same time. But there we go. I will work and talk at the same time. When I glued this down, I used a thing called matte medium. When I glued all these magazine pieces down, the reason that's important is you can paint. It makes the magazine pieces a paintable surface, and also you can use Liquitex or you can use the other brand, whatever. It makes it a paintable surface, but more importantly, it makes it a wipeable surface. So if you don't like something, you can just wipe it right off before it, completely dries. I've even wiped stuff off that's dried because of that paintable surface. So it's really, really nice. It's a really, really nice surface to work with. Or it makes it a really nice surface to work with by putting the matte medium on there. Excuse me, guys, if I'm having a hard time talking today. Jeez. Okay. I'm also throwing in, really quickly, I'm throwing in another color. All right. Isn't this amazing how much you can do with your fingers? Okay, we don't want that to be too coated, so let's wipe some away. Get that out of here. Okay. Oh, it's so hard working like this. Like, I'm working like, I can't turn my paper because I have to stay, I have to stay in, my paper, I have to stay in focus here so you guys can see things. So it's so weird having to not be able to turn the page the way I want to. There you go, Angela. You got it out. You got it out, girl. Okay. That looks really good. We could lighten this up a little bit over here. Yeah, bring some over that. Okay. That looks really good. We could take some off of this flower because this flower is going to be the mountains. See, isn't this cool? So if you start getting paint where you don't want it, look at this. Look at this magic. You can just wipe it right off. Okay, so we want it to come up to it, but not completely go over it. There we go. So we can still see that because we're going to turn those into some mountains. We're even going to have some people on top of the mountains, like people like in the distance. Okay, so now I'm going to take another shade of blue, a lighter shade, and just run some lighter shades in here and there. Doesn't that sky look cool? Like there's like something coming through it. I really like that. Okay. And then we're going to throw some little bit lighter. Let me wipe off my hands. And we're going to throw a little bit of a lighter blue color in there. So that little piece of skirt, I liked those colors. It gave me the base of, even though we completely changed it, it doesn't even look anything like it looked. it gave me the colors I wanted and a base. So you can look at a skirt and go, oh, that'd be a pretty, that would be a pretty sky. And that's what I did. So that's what was my inspiration for the sky and for the colors. And so look at things differently, you know, if you're going to do some work like this, when you're looking in the magazines, look everything with an open eye. And the more of an open eye you look at things, the cooler your stuff is going to come out. Okay, this sky is looking fabulous. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm liking how it's looking. I do want to start throwing in, let's throw some clouds in. Yeah, let's throw some clouds in. So let me get another tray. Get some white paint. Okay, so I just got a little bit of white paint on my thing. I like to show you guys what I'm doing because like sometimes I'm off camera and you're like, okay, is she doing anything or is she just, you know, sitting there? Okay, I'm going to use this paintbrush here. Just a second, I have to get it going. Oh no, I can't believe I don't have any paper towels in here. If you guys could see me, I'm reaching into my garbage getting paper towels out. I forgot that I ran out of paper towels. So anyway, cray cray. Let's go in here and make some clouds. Okay. Okay. I think I might try to fluffing these up a little bit. Oh, I like that. Look how pretty that looks. So you can even leave the clouds a little bit rough like this. You can leave some like that, which I think I'll leave that one. And then go in and then go in and just take your little finger and fluff them out too. So you can have some fluffy clouds like that. That looks pretty. But if you mix up your clouds, it just kind of makes things look more like more real. Because, you know, in a sky, you're never going to see, nothing's ever going to look the same. You know, there's not going to always be a fluff, and there's going to be fluffy clouds, going to be scruffier clouds. Okay. You might just fluff that one out. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And I think we're going to put a little bit of fluff right. Oh, I don't like that. So we're going to get rid of that. Okay, let's get rid of that. Well, that came out cool. Look how that came out. I got rid of that and then exposed a little bit behind it, and that looks really cool, so I'm leaving it. Okay, so now we got some clouds going, which I'm really liking. Now let's put in some, let me rinse my brush. You know what's dangerous right now is I have my, my tea next to my water. Okay, you know what? I'm going to move that because that's a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, loving how this is looking, this sky. I think it's looking really pretty. Let's throw in some, let me find my brush. Let's throw in some shooting stars and some stars, period. Okay. I'm looking for the brush I like to work with. Here it is. Okay. Thanks. All right, so let's start throwing in some shooting stars. Let's throw in some regular stars and some snow and stuff like that. So I'll put some shooting star here. There we go. I'll throw in the shooting star here. And almost all my pieces I put in shooting stars. I love shooting stars. And if you want, you could use a paint pen. But you know what I find? I find the paint pen makes it look too perfect. A shooting star isn't going to be like perfect. So I find using a paintbrush just gives you a more like unperfect look. That's how I see it. But if you want, you can use a paintbrush, paint pen if you want. It's up to you, people. It's up to you. It's your world. It's your world. You do what you want to do. Okay. Okay, so there we go with that. And then I want to throw in some, I'm just going to take this and I want to throw in some little stars everywhere. And we could just go ahead and speckle paint, but I don't know. I feel like doing it like this. So. You guys know what I mean? Like get some paint and go like that, and we could just speckle everything. Put paint speckles everywhere. But I'm going to do it like this. Because it's my world, and I can do what I want to do. All right, I'll quit talking crazy. I think this looks really, really, really pretty. I was going to maybe do some planets, you guys, but I'm really liking the way this is looking, so I'm not going to do any planets. You know what I might do? Some lightning. Let's throw some lightning in here. I think some lightning would look cool. So... and we might throw some wind in, but that'll be later. So let's throw in some lightning. Some lightning that's coming off of here, like, oh. Okay, let me see if I can get my brush working right for the lightning. Okay, just a second, guys. Sometimes you can't get your brush working quite right. There we go. Okay, there's some good little lightning right there. And we're throwing some more lightning here. Okay. And do we want to throw any more lightning in? Maybe we'll just do one more, like right here. Okay. And then we'll have it surging off over here. Okay. Cool. Okay, I see. One other thing needs to happen with this lightning right here. I need it to look a little bit more crazy. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so far, now you can see, I mean, with just a little bit of collage and paint, oh my God, you guys, everything is just coming alive. Let me see what you guys are seeing in the camera. That looks really cool. Okay. I love doing this. Every time I do it, it's just, oh, it's so exciting. It's just, I just love it. It's just, like, you just never know what's going to happen. Like, it's kind of like intuitive painting in a way. Okay. Oh, and I should tell you what I'm working on. I'm working on an 11 by 14 poster board. You can get this poster board at, where can you get it at? Dollar Tree. You could work on a piece of a cereal box, whatever you want to work on. I like 11 by 14, you guys, because I make prints of my work, and I have some really beautiful photograph paper that I get at Costco online, in case you want to know where to get that. They only have one brand for the 11 by 14. Let me just... I don't know if I like that. Okay, anyway, so that's why I get it, because it's easy for you to make prints of 11 by 14 if it's already 11 by 14. And then from there, I can always shrink it up smaller and go to 8 by, and print out 8 by 10s. So, sorry guys, sorry. It took me a while to get that out of my head. Okay, I'm thinking about too many things at one time. All right, I want to put some snow on here, and I don't want it to look like I don't want it to look like water. I want it to look like snow. So These are stairs, and we are going to start putting some snow on these stairs. Okay, so we want to have some snow things here. Cool. I'm liking how this is already looking. I mean, it could be snow, it could be water, but when I do water, I do it a little bit finer, so that's why I'm hoping this looks like snow, because it's bigger, it's a lot bigger and thicker drifts. Because I'll show you guys how I do the water. So the water isn't as, it's not as messy as this. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I make the water a little bit, see how this is like so messy? Well, that's how I feel snow would be. So. I think you guys, when I show you guys how I do the water, you guys will see and you'll be like, oh, okay. So each step, I'm just putting in some snow. So like, it's like these little these are like little mountains or little cliffs. So now we just change stairs into like a mountain of snow. Cool, huh? So it's no longer, we'll do this going up here too. It's no longer stairs. See how if you keep your mind open, anything you look at in a magazine can be turned into something else. And you guys, I just learned about this lady, oh my gosh, because I love mixed media and I love collage work and I love taking pictures out of a magazine and making something completely else out of it. And there's a lady, and I'm trying to get her name. Okay, Amber Fletz Chalk. Amber Fletz Chalk. And Fletz Chalk is spelled F-L-E-T-S-C-H-O-C-K. You guys, she is taking things out of magazines and she puts them together in a way that looks like the most beautiful painting you've ever seen. You know what? Let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Anyway, I've been very inspired by her. Okay, so making sure where my camera's at so you guys can see. Okay, let me bring this down a little bit more so you guys can see. Okay, I want you to see to the end of these stairs, the stairs in there. Okay. So anyway, her work is fabulous. If anybody wants to look her up on YouTube, she doesn't just take pieces, and she takes bits and pieces of things and uses them almost like paint. And anyway, I'm really influenced by her. I've already started doing some of my own type of stuff like that. She's really inspired me. So it's stuff that I can use for my backgrounds for my girls that I draw. But then at the same time, it can be it can just be paintings themselves. So anyway, it's hard to explain. It's nothing I've ever seen, and I will I'll be doing some of it, and I'll let you guys see what I'm talking about. And it's really cool. Really cool. Okay, so now you guys can see how I've put these snow drifts on here. Okay, I think that looks really cool. In fact, you know what? Let's take and put a little bit of like puddling right here on the. So on each step, there's maybe a little bit of snow, or melted snow, melted like water or something. Who knows? I like that. Okay, let me see what you guys are seeing. See how that looks. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. Okay, so there's the bottom, and there we go. So that's looking really, really cool. Loving this. Just a second while I rinse my brushes. I have to say, you guys, that is something I'm really good about, is rinsing my brushes and getting them out of the water. I rarely leave my brushes in the water. Maybe I think I've been influenced by so many people who've said they take horrible care of their brushes. That's like gotten into my head. Oh my gosh, I had some collage pieces and one just went back behind something. Oh, I'll have to get it later. Okay, so next we're going to, oh, that looks really cool. All right, so next we got the sky, we got those mountains done. We are going to go, let me scoot my camera over. We're going to go into these mountains here. Okay, these are roses, and this is a flower, and these are going to be turned into mountains. Now, we're going to drip snow off of all these mountains, okay? And we may put some planets on here. I think we will put some planets, and this will make into a little waterfall coming out of here. Okay, we got a lot of work, people. We got a lot of work to do. I'm so crazy. Okay. All right, it's just so fun. You guys have to try your hand out at this. You don't have to start this big. You can start 8 by 10. You can start with little art cards. And I need to do some art cards so that people can get so if people feel intimidated, because it can be intimidating doing a big old piece like this. You can start with and do some art cards. All right, I don't know why my camera keeps turning off. Anyway, crazy. Okay, so we're just following this flower and putting some drifts of snow. Okay. Okay. Okay, girls. I had to stop this filming, and I had to start clearing off my camera. Like, I'm so, okay, I may wash my brushes, but I can tell you what I don't do. I don't ever clear my camera. You know, like after you take a bunch of pictures, like I'm also an eBay reseller. I'm going to get some more light in here. I'm also an eBay reseller, so I take a lot of pictures of all my stuff that I'm selling on eBay, and I just like never clear the camera. Plus, I never clear the camera of all my YouTube videos. So, anyway. And eventually your camera gets filled up, and so does your extra card, and you have to like go through and get rid of a bunch of stuff off your camera. All right, anyway, continuing on, people, continuing on. Okay, so on this, the more messy you are, kind of like putting it on, the more it's going to look like snow. Okay, this looks cool, and then kind of just. Because like how does snow drift up on a mountain? It's not going to be it's going to look kind of messy. So I don't know if I like this or not. You know what? I don't like that. I said be messy, but you know what? That was just too messy. So let's just see how that's going to go. All right. See, that's a good thing I just did that though, so you can see how easy it is to so you guys can see how easy it is to go ahead and erase whatever you don't want. If you don't like that, you can just take your little baby wipe and wipe it right off. Just a second. You guys, just a minute. Let me pause my camera. All right, that was the UPS truck. Can I have any more interruptions in my video? All right, so anyway, I'm liking how this is looking. So I'm going to stop messing with that. I am really liking how this looks. One thing I am going to do is I want to carry this snow drippage into this next little world, so it kind of connects it. And we'll do the same thing with this one. Just kind of drizzle that all down into there so that it kind of connects these worlds. it's like what I like to do is I like to like create a lot of different worlds within one world. Okay, so I like that. That looks really good. All right, so those look like some cool mountains, and those were flowers, you guys. So now we got another flower to deal with here, and we're going to drip snow all over this mountain. Okay. And just kind of following. Okay, I have a little piece hanging off right here. That will be cut off. So let's get some snow falling. Okay. And we'll put some more snow drippage there. All right, and then we'll just let this drip off the side of the page. And let's just have one more little drippage here. Okay. And you know what? I feel like there needs to be one little, just something small in between here. That's almost like what I do when I do water. I make a little V, like a little upside down V, like a V, right, like that. And then I just have little bits of water coming here. There, that looks more natural. Okay, I was gonna make this into a little waterfall, but I think I'm gonna leave that alone. I think I'm not gonna make that a waterfall. But I think I am going to follow the lines here. Just throw some more snow in. Oh, excuse me, that was my stomach. I just ate too, so I don't know why my stomach's growling. Maybe it's the digestion. Excuse my stomach. Okay, so I'm just following little parts of the flower here and just adding some little extras here and there, just for fun. Little details like this make a big difference in your paintings too. Okay, so that looks like fun there. Okay, that looks good there. So we're gonna leave that. You know what I might do too is, you know, I'd like to have some shooting stars hitting. I like to have some shooting stars hitting inside of here, inside the mountain. And what a pretty mountain. Isn't that a gorgeous mountain? Okay. So, there we go. And we'll do one right here. And then we'll throw in, you know what I want to do? I like how there was like snow drifts in through here, how I put that. So let's just do a few in here, like follow. Yeah, this looks cool. So this is just the different little crevices of this flower. I'm just kind of following it and putting in little snow drifts. I think that looks really, really cool. I have never really done this before. A lot of times I'll take like something like this and put little planets in, which, you know, we can still do. But in this one, I'm not going to. In this one, I'm going to do this, do these little snow drifts. It's pretty cool. And that's what's exciting about this type of work too. Every time you do it, you'll see new things, you'll discover new things, new ways to do things. You'll see new things. So I think it's pretty cool. Okay. We'll do a couple more little snowdrifts and then do a couple more and then I think we'll be done with that. That looks good. And we put a few little we'll do a few over here too of shooting stars. And then again, I want it to look like there's like everything is snowing, like there's a lot of snow. So we're going to put these bigger snow blobs, and at the end I probably will go ahead and get some like wet paint on a brush, really watery paint, and just totally, you know, speckle this whole thing, because I want there to be a lot of snow. But these are the bigger ones. So, well, also these could be stars. So these are probably stars, and then when I fleck a bunch of paint, that'll be the snow. Who knows? I'm going to turn some of these into little stars like that. These are the other stars you can make, where you just pull out like that. Let me just come down a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm talking about. What am I doing? Okay, see how I just made that little star right there? All right, I'm going to show you guys. So take some of the dots that I did and make these type of stars out of them. So you just take it from the center and just pull out, and pull out 2 or 3 times, just like that. Okay. Oops. Don't want to get my hand in wet paint. Okay. Okay, these are really, aren't those kind of cool? Let me see where my camera's at so you guys can see. We'll go work over here a little bit. So you can just take a dot and just pull out from the dot like that. Okay, so we'll do one over here. Oh, that one's kind of big. Okay. Just a second. Let's do it again. There we go. All right. The other thing we can be doing is doing some birds, which we'll do here shortly. Let me just do a couple more of these shooting stars. Okay, guys, you know what? I gotta let things dry up here because I keep getting my arm in things. All right, we'll let some of this dry up and through here, because if I don't let this dry, I'm gonna be messing up. So, okay, so that's looking so cool, you guys. Oh my God, I'm loving this. All right, let's go to this door right here. Excuse my camera. Okay. Let's open up my window and see if I can't get more light in here too. Okay, hope that's okay, guys. There's a lot of different little lights going on, but I need to get some light on the situation. Oh, that's ridiculous. All right, never mind. All right, let's have you guys see my hand. Okay, just a second, guys. I'm gonna move my light a little closer. See if that's not better. Oh yeah, that added a little bit more light. Okay, to the situation. Okay. Okay, there's this little, this is like a little doorway right here. So I want to make this into a little cave. So I'm going to take a little bit of paint on my finger. Okay. And we're just going to go like this. And this is going to make a little cave. This is why I love doorways, because they can always turn into like little caves. So remember that in your paintings. Doors can be caves. Okay. And I want it to be a little bit misty. If you ever want to create mist, just use a little bit of a baby wipe and start smearing. And that creates mist. Even if you want to create mist like in your picture, just take a little bit of paint on a baby wipe and that'll create mist. So smearing, in essence what it is smearing, creates mist. So. Okay. Oh, don't like that. There we go. And let's take a little bit of baby wipe and create mist around here. Let's smear things around a little bit and create a little mist. There we go. So it looks like that door just appeared out of nowhere, doesn't it? I love it. Okay, so there's the little door. Now, inside of there, we are going to... We're just going to put some little bit of, we'll just put a little bit of stars in there. I was going to maybe do some planets, but we're not going to do planets on there. It's kind of a small space. So let's do some shooting star. Let's do some, well, before I do shooting, let's just do some of those stars I was showing you before when I was trying to do some up here, but I was getting my hand in the paint. Okay, you put your little dot there, and then you just go out maybe 3 times. There we go. I love these stars. Okay. Put another one of those little stars right here. And just flick out a little bit. Then we'll do some shooting stars. We'll do a couple, not too many. And we'll maybe do one more. It's coming from here. Okay, so we'll just do it like that. That looks good. And then let's do a few little dots for some regular stars. It looks like a little night sky in here. So fun. I love doing this. I think it's just so fun. So look at that little world right there we just created. Okay, a little bit of paint, a little bit of collage paint, of little magazine pages. Voila! Okay. All right, let's go now to. All right, let me see how much time I have. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Okay, we're gonna go over here. And I've been wanting to show you guys how I do some planets. So let me just resituate my camera. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. Just using my fingers to see what you guys can see and what you can't see. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to work on this. This is a big, huge stack of rings all stacked up, and also a watch. Oh, watch face. And what I think I want to do here is I want to create water on this. So it's like a big, huge mountain and like a waterfall, and at the same time planets. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do the planets first or the water first. You know what? I want to do the planets first. Okay, so what I'd like to do is I like to take my finger and let's just start putting the planets in. Okay. Which finger I use depends on how big I want the planets. If I want them a little bit smaller, I'll use my index finger. I may use my index finger anyway, just to have more control. Okay. And I'm going to, oh, that planet's way too big. The clock is going to be right in the middle. It's going to be considered a planet itself. In fact, we'll put some smaller planets right there in this clock. Okay, some smaller planets will be going on inside, and the bigger planets will be going on the outside. I'm doing a lot of planets, so we'll see about the water. Yeah, we'll still be able to put some water in too. Okay, so I have a white base down, okay? So what I want to do now is I'm just going to go back to like whatever colors I have in my painting is what color my planets are going to be. Ow, I'm itching. So I'm going to put a little bit of blue in this planet here. So I just use my fingers and just touch it a little bit. And I'll go touch another planet too. And putting the white down first really helps mesh the colors together because you don't want it to look like blobs of color. But with the white being down first, okay, it kind of helps mesh things together. Okay. And I want to get another color going in here. I want to get a turquoise color in here. Ouch. I feel like something bit me, you guys, on my leg. I don't know. Ow. It's like itching. Okay. Let's get another color going. Okay, now, what I want to do now is start playing with it a little bit by just tabbing on it, and then it'll start, the colors will start blending a little bit more. Okay, that looks good. And then that looks good. Okay, now to make it look even more like a planet, I like to go and I like to encircle it with a little bit of white with my really small brush. My planets aren't usually this big. I usually make them smaller, but it's a big piece right here. So there we go. And I don't always make it like a perfect, like I don't completely always do it perfectly with the white. I kind of do it a little bit messy. Okay, like that. And if your circle looks like too perfect, like you want some of the white to come into the planet. See how I kind of done that? It's hard to explain, but you can see better than I can explain it. Okay, like this one. I'm going to do a perfect circle. See how that looks too perfect? So then kind of take it and take your finger and mess it up a little bit. Okay? Like this, and then just mess it up a little bit. Mess up the line a little bit. There we go. And that looks really good. Let's take this. There we go. I like how that's looking. That does need to come together there. So with these planets, you just kind of play along till you like the messiness of what's going on. If that makes any sense. Okay. Yeah, that's looking really, really good. All right. I'd like to get some other colors going on here. So in a minute, I'm going to mix up some, well, I have pink. Let me find it. I'd like to do a little bit of pink and magenta. So proud of myself. I've really have my paint organized. Because believe me, people, there was a time where these paints were not organized. They were a mess. A mess and a half. All right. And I also want to create a little bit of, I want to create a little bit of gray. Sorry guys, just a second. I can't, oh, well, I guess that paint's gone. That's a goner. You know, sometimes if you keep slamming it, the paint will come out. Okay. And I want to make a little bit of a black color. Or black. I want to make gray. So just a second, guys. I'm just mixing up color over here. Okay, just made myself up a gray. A very subtle gray. Okay. So we got some pinks going on here. We want a little bit of pink in our world. Okay. That's what I was saying, how it depends on what finger, how big you want what's going on to be. Okay, then I want a little bit of gray going on in here. Okay, guys, we're going to continue on right here. We're going to make a, the reason it sounds weird maybe in the video right now as the transition, because this is a couple days later, I'm doing this video, so I've stopped the video and restarted it now, and anyway. And I also want to check out my lighting situation. Okay, we're good. Okay, I had done a little cave over here. We're going to do another cave here. Oh, and also, off film, I just went ahead and finished up right over here. This was like a big ring, and this is like a big, huge, like diamond ring, and I made it into like a whole little world right here with planets and everything. And I'm trying to decide if I want to put a little bit of water in there. And you know what? I think I do. So you know what? Let's do that. All right. There we go. So make sure you guys can see it. I'm going to come in a little closer. No, come out a little bit. Okay. I was going to go make that little cave I was telling you about. But first, I want to finish up over here and put in a little bit of water. So just a second. I got some white paint. Oh, and I haven't said this in this video, which is really super important. You guys, to do this technique, you need magazine pieces. If you don't draw or paint or you don't draw like I do, cut out something. Get a coloring book page, color that up, and use that as your main image, whatever you want to do, or draw it up how I do it. So that's a cheap, easy way. I used magazine pieces for the back of this, and then I put acrylic paint over the magazine pieces, okay? And all I use is Craft Smart. I use Folk Art. I use Deco Arts, whatever, okay? So I just want to tell you that. And you guys, you can get your paint dirt cheap. Pay attention at Michael's. They will have 5 or 4 for $1 once in a while on their Craft Smart. And you guys, that's the best deal, because then you can just go through and just, you know, you can spend 30 bucks and get a ton of paint. I get like 3 to 4 colors of each color. Like if it's a light blue, I get 3 or 4 shades of light blue. If it's a red, I get 3 or 4 shades of red. So you just kind of have a nice little stash of paints. Okay, so anyways, it's cheap acrylic paints. Walmart is another good place. They always have their paints for like 50 cents. They're actually the cheapest unless you can get the sale at Michael's. Okay, continuing on. I like to always give everyone tips on stuff because you know what? We spend a lot of money on all this kind of stuff, and wherever we can save money for our crafts and our art, I think the better. So, all right. Let me get my brush here that I want to use. I think this is the brush I want to use. We'll soon see. Okay. Here we go. So, I want to throw in a little bit of water here. And it's not even water. Remember we talked about this is going to be snow. So I got to remember, I'm creating snow. Oh, I like that. Okay. And the difference between snow and water is just how kind of thicker you're going with it. Like I'm going a lot thicker. So like here, it's a lot thicker. I'm going to show you a little something. Hopefully you guys can see it. If I was going to do water, I'll just throw some water in here. I'll just throw it in anyway. Okay, I take it, I make a little upside down, I make a little V, an upside, like, well, not upside down, a regular V, make a shape of V, and then just go like this, and keep it really thin. See how that looks more like water, and the other stuff looks like snow? Okay. Cool, huh? And then I'm going to throw another little one in here. When you make this V, it really gives that effect of like water pouring over or out. Excuse me. Okay. So right here, we'll just make it all water. We won't make it snow, like I said. Not on the whole picture. I mean, just on this one little area right here. It's going to be water. Okay. I'm letting the water go down over this clock. I think that looks really cool. It just brings everything, it brings the picture together. It brings everything into the picture when you go over other things. Sorry, guys. You know what? I have some tea. I'm going to drink some real quick. Sorry. I don't even know what came over me all of a sudden. Crazy. Okay. So right here, we're going to do snow on this one. Okay. Okay, there we go. And so now you guys see the kind of the difference. And I'm a little bit messier. Like I don't make that perfect V when I do the snow. And I'm going to check my camera just to make sure you guys can see. Like, let's get that a little messier so we can, there we go. Snow. Yeah, this looks better now that we've added all this snow in. Yeah, perfect. I just looked at the camera really quick so I can see what you guys are seeing. And I want to show you guys something really quick. The brush I'm using, I got this at Michael's. I think I paid $5 for it. Not really, because I use a coupon. But that's how thin of a brush I'm using right now. Okay? This is good to make little hairs and really thin little lines and to make shooting stars. But it's also good to make this snow or the rain. Or snow or, yeah, water. I don't know what got caught in my throat. Jeez. Okay. Let's see right here. And in this ring, there's little crevices, and that's what I'm following. So it's really, really easy. Okay. So when I do the snow, I kind of really wiggle my brush and just make it thicker than water. And I also, to keep it looking a little more real, I don't, everything doesn't end the same. Like, look at this one, it's a little bit thinner as it goes down, and that's ended there. I ended this one here, I ended that there. So make sure that you don't make everything the same level, because that will make it look fake. We're trying to, it's fantasy world, but at the same time, we're still trying to emulate nature. And nature is not even at all, ever. So, I shouldn't say ever. There could be an instance where you saw something in nature that was even on both sides. So, I shouldn't say that, but for the most part. Okay. trying to make that part right there just blend into this a little bit. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to see if I should put any more snow in anywhere else. I'll do a little bit right here at the bottom. Okay. I think that looks really good. I think that's good for now. If I want to add a little bit more here and there, I can. But I think that's good. I just want to just put a little bit of like little snow up and through here, so it looks like little mountains. See how I've turned a diamond ring into a snowdrift and a few waterfalls and planets. That's all from a ring. This was a probably 4 rings stacked together, like diamond wedding bands. So love doing this kind of stuff. I think it is so fun. Obsessed. Okay, now let's go over. See if I can come in a tad bit. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Okay, let me see. Where am I going? Right here. Just trying to get... trying to make sure I can see where I'm at. Okay, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see where I'm at. Right here is a little doorway. I'm going to put another, so we're going to have a double, I think, a double little cave, because there's a cave here that I put in. And I think I'm going to try another cave right here. We're going to see how it looks. And remember that I have matte medium. I use liquid. It doesn't matter. Some people believe in golden, some people believe in Liquitex. I've heard both. I use either one. Depends if I'm at Michael's, depends if I'm at Joann's. Okay. And then I use my finger, because then my finger blends it all out and kind of gets it looking more magical. Okay, so you see how I did that? And now I have a cave here, and I have a little cave here. Or little worlds. They don't have to be little caves. It can be little worlds. I think that looks really, really neat. And I'm not going to do anything else to this. I like how this is just appearing kind of really, I don't know, just really naturally. It almost looks like heaven, you know? And there's a little door back there. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch that anymore. I think that's like perfect. Okay, we're going to throw some water on this. This is like a little... a piece of a castle. I tore out like a little piece of a castle and I put it here, and it has a little gate. It's just kind of tucked between here and here. So we're going to create our own little world here, and we're going to put water all over that. Okay, right over here. Okay, I was just touching it to make sure that I was in frame. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do that. That V. Okay. And there we go. This will go far down. So I hope you guys, try this out if you want to. If you like my work, you can go to my Etsy shop, which is www.myfairytreasures.etsy.com. I print these all on very nice photo paper. No, I print them on, my 8x10s are printed on brochure paper. And you guys, brochure paper is so nice. So if you like my prints, they're printed on that. If you want to make your own prints, you can get brochure paper at Office Max, and it is so nice. The colors, when you print on that paper, come out so true. The ink takes really, really well to it. The prints look really, really nice. People think that I've gone and gotten them done, from somebody else, and I haven't. I do them myself. And if you do it also when you're at Office Depot or Office Max, make sure that they print it on map settings. That's a setting that they can print on, because that will give you all your color, really true color and really rich color. And it makes it look like you wouldn't have these things professionally done. And you did. You're doing them yourself professionally. So there you go. But anyway, also, if you do like my work and you want to get a print of this, I do 8x10s. I think they're 15, and the 11x14s are 25. You can visit my Etsy shop, and the link will be below. Anyway, it's www.myfairytreasures.etsy.com. If you ever want to go and order some prints of my work. Oh, just a second, guys. Okay, girls, sorry about that. Sorry about my phone. I had to answer it, though. I have all kind of problems in my house. You know, everything comes in threes. Right now, I got a leak in my house, and my refrigerator just went out. So, I got somebody coming here to find out where the heck this leak is in my house. I have had so many people here trying to figure out where this leak is. Good Lord. Anyway. So, I asked my husband, I have to answer my phone when he calls, or it might be the repairman. So, you know, I just got to be answering my phone. So, sorry about that. Okay. So now I finished up this. I just threw a little bit of water in here. Let's go down a little bit. We're going to make another little, okay, let's see. Make sure you guys, what you guys are seeing. Okay, perfect. Okay, right here is like a set of like 1, 2, 3, 4 rings, okay? Aren't they gorgeous? I would love to have these rings. They're fabulous. Anyway. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put some little stars in here, because this is going to be a whole little world right here. See how it's all black already? That's how it was when I cut it out of the magazine. So I want to make that a little world. So with my little brush, I'm going to first put in some shooting stars. You know, I put a dot in and I just go out. Okay. And also, you guys, I'm working on a Patreon account right now. I'm getting things together to start that. And it's going to be cool little packets that you can donate to me as being an artist. And I give you forever how much you donate. Like, there's different tiers of donations. Like, there's 5, there's 10. I have little packets that I've created. So it's kind of like belonging to a little kit club. And it's also supporting me as an artist. So it's pretty cool. I think it's really cool. So I've announced it quite a few times, but as soon as I get it all going, I will let you guys know. Okay, and then now I think I'm just going to put little, you know, I might do one more little star over here. So these little stars, you can kind of see I'm doing, I put a little dot and then I just flicker out. So it's one little dot, flick, flick, flick. And now I do 3 flicks, not 4, because I don't want them even. Because, like, again, nature is not even. A star doesn't, I mean, if you see a star in the sky, it doesn't have 4 or 5 sides, whatever a star has. Okay? It may look like anything, because it's nature. So I think it looks more natural. Look how cool that turned out. Okay. Next, I want to, right here, I'm going to do the same thing right here. Just put some little stars in. Oops, got a little fuzzy on here. And down at the bottom where you see all the white, that's going to be a, where you see all this white down here, that's going to be, it's going to be water. Okay, I think that looks good. I think that looks really good. Okay. Actually, let's put a couple of shooting stars in through here. Okay, just a few more shooting, another 1 or 2 shooting stars. Okay, that looks better. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now, what are we attacking next? That's how I look at it all. I'm on the attack. Okay, these rings. Each one of these rings is going to be a little bit of a planet, okay? So you guys know how I like to make my planets. Let me make sure I'm still in focus. Yeah. Okay, so I like to use like, you know, like my pinky or something small, one of my smaller fingers to make these planets. And I like to start out with a white dot. You can do it a different way, but this is how I do it. Okay. In fact, you know what? This one I'm going to do planets. And I'll do planets down here too. And the other ones, I'm just going to put clouds and stuff and birds. Okay, and I might even add okay. I'm going to add clouds and these ones and some birds and stuff like that. So then you guys will kind of get to see how you add birds too. Okay, so for that, what colors do I want to put into that? I think some pink and some purple would look really cool in that planet there. Right, let me get some colors. I gotta get some colors on my palette here, so it'll be just a second, guys. Just getting a little bit of colors down here. Oops, get that out of here. Sorry guys, just a second. I had to, my bottle is clogged, of course, when I'm making a video. Okay, here's my hand. Here I am. I haven't disappeared. Okay, so we're just gonna just dab a little bit of the pink on. Dab a little bit there. You need such a little bit of paint to do these. Well, especially when they're this small. Okay, and a little bit of blue. And a little bit of blue. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white on my pinky too, and just kind of touch it a little bit. Going over it with a little bit of white kind of just like brings everything, kind of meshes everything together, like how a planet would be. Okay. I'm liking that, I believe. Yeah, that looks good. Let's just do a little bit more right there. Perfect. And then I like to go, so I have 1, 2, 3. I like to go then and make a little circle around each one. An imperfect circle though, just to define them a little bit. Be kind of messy with your circle, kind of. Does that make sense? Do a messy circle. It's like, Angela, a circle is round. Okay. So what I'm saying is do thick and kind of thicker and thinner lines going in a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect, I don't make it all the same. And like, let's say you do make it all the same, too much, just take the line and mess it up. Bring it in a little bit like that. See? And you can mess up your line a little bit. But having a less perfect circle line going around it, it makes them just look a little more natural. At least that's what I think. Okay, so I like that. Just make sure you guys are seeing down here at the bottom. No, you're not. I have one more set of planets right here we're going to work on. Okay, again, I already put my little white specks in with my finger. I'm going to redo this one. I need to make these a little bit bigger. And I'll put one more there. Okay. Now I'm going to take and put some pink in here. Dabs of pink. Okay. Oh, I have one up here that I just created, you guys. Maybe out of frame, I'm not sure. Okay. We'll add a little bit of the darker blue in here. And even though I'm putting the same colors in all these, they all still turn out different. So it's pretty cool. And the reason I put almost the same colors in each one, they all kind of can go together, but also it's what I have on my palette. I don't want to be changing all the time. Okay. I'm going to check my camera too, you guys. Make sure I'm still recording. Okay. All right, so now I put color in all those little areas. So now we're going to take our pinky with white and go over each one of them just a tad bit with white. Trying to make, oh, sorry guys, just trying to make sure you guys are seeing everything really well. See if I, you know, it got darker in my room, so let me just see if this will work with the light. See what you guys are seeing. Okay, gotta come down a little bit more so you guys can see. There we go. All right, hopefully that's not all too dark. I opened up the windows in my room, and I have natural light going too. So hopefully this isn't too bad. Okay, so we're throwing a little bit of white on here and there, just to kind of blend things together. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to take our white and just kind of go around like an imperfect, thick and thin lines around each of the planets. Look how quick and easy you can make planets, you guys. Isn't that a cool little technique? You can make planets so fast. And sometimes what I do is I don't even complete the whole circle. Like I outline it in a circle and then I just stop. And I don't even do the other half. Again, that gives you that messy type of outlining here. Like that one was too perfect, so I'm just going to bring it in, mess up the line a little bit. Same thing with this one. I want to mess up the line a little bit. There we go. Okay. Isn't it amazing? You always think when you're painting you want everything to be perfect. Most of the time you don't want everything to be perfect. Because when things look a little imperfect, that's when it looks more natural. Okay. We're going to put clouds in here. So let's do that. Let me make sure you guys can see. There's a hand here and a hand here. Okay. Perfect. All right. So I'm using this brush right here. I love this brush for clouds. We're going to come in here, put some clouds in. Okay. So I just want to bring them in like that. Now you can leave them like that, or we can make some fluffy ones. Let's see about the fluffy clouds. See if we like it. Yeah, you know what? I don't like the fluffy clouds. We're going to make the more rough, the rougher clouds like I just had. Not fluffies. Because if I had a blue solid background, those kind of clouds would look good. But because it's not a blue, it's not solid, but it's not a sky background. It doesn't look like clouds. It just looks like a mess. So here we go. I was laughing. I couldn't even paint right there. See how that looks pretty cool? It looks like a cloud. And let's create some rain. So you just bring some stuff down like this, and then there's rain. Isn't that cool, guys? And create rain. I love that. Okay. So let's go over here. That's what I like about videos like that. You can learn, there can be a million lessons in one video. Like, look, I just showed you how to make rain. Isn't that cool? And make some rain. This is cool. And we'll make some rain right there. And we'll put some more rain. There we go. We'll do another cloud right there. All right. So that looks really cool. I like that. And then let's throw in some birds. I'll show you guys how to make some birds. Birds are super easy. Super, super easy. Oh my gosh, guys, I got to get some black paint. I'm trying to open my paint bottle. Just a minute, guys. Oh, never mind. For the sake of time, I'll just open the darn bottle. Anyway, I have black paint, but it's a shiny black, so it really won't matter because I put a, I varnish this whole thing when I'm done. So it's shiny anyway, but okay. And when I'm done, I just take a any type of deco art varnish you get at Joann's or Michael's, and I clear coat the whole thing with the varnish, so there's a nice, beautiful shine on the whole thing. So just to let you know, you don't have to do that, but I do. Okay, so with that same thinner brush, I'm gonna make my birds. I do a lot with this little thin brush. I love this brush. So let's throw in some little birds. So all you're doing is just going like this. You're making little, again, making little V's, basically. But kind of like, but spreading out the wings. Like this. Okay? So you know what it actually is? It's like when you make a cursive I, but don't put the dot above it. That's exactly what it is. So if you know how to make a cursive I, you know how to make these. I don't know if I'm in frame for this up here. I don't know if I'm in frame or not, you guys. I know I'm in frame for the bottom part, but I'm putting some birds up here too. A few birds. I like to put some birds like they're flying right on top of the planets. So I'll put a bird on top of a planet because like it's flying. It looks like it's flying across the planet. Aren't these birds cool? I love them. Okay. And then let's put some more birds in over on these two things. Let me just make sure I'm in frame so you guys can see those here and here and here. Yeah, you guys can see. Okay, so we're going to put some, I already put some over here, but we'll put a couple more, especially on the clouds. The reason I like to put the birds on the clouds or the planets because it looks like they're flying through or over the planets. It's pretty cool. Okay, that's just like too big. Okay, there we go. Let's go this way with it. And make your birds go different ways too. Like, don't have them all just going to the right, or have them going, make sure that you have them going all kinds of ways. Because in nature, you see birds going every which way. They're not all going the same way. There we go. And we'll throw some birds in over here. Hope you guys are close enough to see these birds. I think my husband's home. Let me shut my door, guys. Oh, just a second, guys. Okay, we're continuing on down here. I do want to show you guys. Let me see if you guys can see right here. Yeah. Right here, I felt that this needed to be, it was just looked too much like a watch here in the back. So I wanted to make it look like a little world with, you know, time in the world, which is fine. But so I took a little bit of pink paint and I just took a little bit of water and watered it down a little bit just so you can, I still want to see the clock, but I wanted to, like, you know, mesh it out a little bit. So I did do that. I did add a few birds on here, and then I did some like white snow around here. Because I do want to, I said at the beginning of this that I saw this thing on If You Think You Can Dance, and it was like a real pretty, magical, mystical, like I always do, but world that had a lot of like it was snowing, like flocks of snow everywhere. So we are going to flock the heck out of this with like some serious, like, you know, just, what do you call it? Just flicking white paint all over this, because I want there to be a lot of that going on. Okay, so now, and I did finish up, I don't know if it was on camera or not, but I did finish up all of the little worlds here. Put little birds in everywhere. Put more little white dots so it looks like more snow is everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we're going to do the water down here. It's going to be pretty much like the sky, except for not clouds. It'll be like little water waves. So anyway, let's just start. So I'm going to start rubbing some paint in with my fingers, like this. All right, let's rub some in here. Yes, people, I am finger painting. And I find that doing with the finger painting, it really lets it happen and looks really, really more natural than using a paintbrush. Not that I don't ever, because I'm going to have to bust out a paintbrush here in just a second, but. Okay. And actually, I went. See how awesome that is, that since I put the matte medium down, and let me explain something. Well, you know what? Because I put the matte medium down, you can then wipe off if you mess up, but I need that there. Also, I put the matte, this is the matte medium by Liquitex, or you can do the other one that's by Golden, doesn't matter. I also put it down here on the plain, on the where it was white, where I hadn't put any, any pictures down there. I still put the matte medium down here so that if I need to wipe anything off, I can still do that too. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a turquoise color in between here. See how magical your fingers are? I bet you would have never thought that I was going to bust out with my fingers on this. Well, those who have watched my videos before and seen me do this have seen this, so. And then when I feel like if you see me do this with my fingers, you're going to be like, oh, I can do that. She's using her fingers. It takes like the fear out of things when you see somebody use their fingers, so. There's nothing to be scared of anyway, you guys. It's just some paint, paper, and some magazine pieces. Nothing to be scared about. Okay, and if you mess up, who cares? Start again. Like this, how awesome. Erase it off because I put too much of that turquoise right there. And that gives you some, a little safety net too, knowing that because you put matte medium down, that you can wipe it off. So that also helps you feel like, okay, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes anyway, but. And sometimes there's no thing as a mistake because you can correct it, but then sometimes mistakes are awesome because that mistake you just did just totally made that all turn out or gave you a new idea. So. And if you make a mistake, which I still, there's not really any mistakes, but if you say you make a mistake, that's not a waste of time either, because now you just learned something. You either learned something or you just created something new. Okay. There's a little bit up here of this. I'm going to go up into this a little bit. So it looks like there's water running up in through here and in through here. Okay, that looks good. Perfect. Okay, look how cool that looks. We just went from some little white piece of paper, or white, whatever I'm using, mixed media paper, to now looking like water. Doesn't that look cool? Okay, now I am going to use a brush. I'm like, a brush. All right, duh, Angela. I'm going to use a brush about like this, okay? I may use this one. We'll see, but I think it's this one. And we're going to use some white paint. So just a second, girls, or girls and gents, because there are guys who watch. I shouldn't be just saying girls. I need to get out of that habit of saying girls, because the dudes are going to be getting, like, frustrated with me if I keep saying that. All right, now we're going to make some little waves. And I like to use my brush for that. So, here we go. Just 1 second. All right, I lied. You know why? I've done it both ways, and I kind of like it better with my fingers still. I just remembered. This is what I'm talking about. You think one day you do something one way, and then you change and you use your fingers, and you're like, oh, I like that better than the brush. And that happened to me a little while back, so I almost forgot that I like the brush better. I mean, my fingers better than the brush. Okay. Okay, now I just did water, you guys. Is that fabulous or what? All with my fingers. Just with finger painting. Look how fabulous that looks. And that's all with water. I mean, with water. Woo! All with finger painting. Some days you just can't talk. Okay, I'm also going to throw in some waves. Okay, that looks good. All right, let me check my camera really quick. Make sure you guys are seeing things good. Yeah, you guys are seeing things real good. Yep. Okay, I'm going to throw in some waves, and now I am going to use a brush. I don't do the waves with my fingers. But now you see how you can just do a sky up at the top, or you can do water at the bottom. And look how nice and smooth it looks. It has a really smooth look. I'm trying to figure out the brush. I remember the brush I like. It's actually been a couple weeks since I've done a piece like this. I was doing a lot of stuff with fabric, so I love doing, you know, stuff with laces and doilies and all that. So I've been drawing and stuff like that, but I just haven't done a full piece like this for a couple of weeks. Anyway, so let's throw in some waves. So the way I throw in waves is I just simply flick up. It's kind of hard to see the waves right there. Just throw some more blue in right here. Okay. All right, I promise there's going to be some waves pretty soon. There we go. Okay, so you're just flicking up. And you just flick. And when you do your flicking, you want to get a little bit thinner at the top. So what I mean is, like, see how that's a little bit thinner at the top? Okay, because that's how a wave would go. You can also flick to the other way too. And now we're going to get waves everywhere. And look how I've covered up. We had a little ring right there with a little, I turned that ring into like a little world, and we covered it up. And that's okay. Things are going to happen. You're going to cover things up, and that's fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So now we have all these little waves. Okay, I think that looks really, really cool. Okay, so now we got some waves in there. And let me show you the brush I use just so you can kind of get an idea of the kind of brush I used for that. Okay. As you see, I use pretty small brushes when I do all this stuff. I don't use a lot of big brushes. That are my fingers. Okay, now I had to get my little small brush out again with the white paint. And we're going to make little small splashes with my small little brush I just showed you. Okay, we're going to do it in the water, and we're going to do it right here. We're going to do it right next to, I just feel like, I just like how it gives like a little, because there's going to be like little small splashes too, right? Because we had big splashes. So I just think it just adds to the, even though these are fantasy worlds, it just adds to the realism of the fantasy world, if you know what I mean. You're like, Angela, your worlds are not real whatsoever. I know. These are worlds that I would like to live in. Would you like to live there? I would. Where nothing bad ever happens. Everything's beautiful. Everybody accepts everyone for who they are. Okay. You guys are like, okay, Angela's gone crazy. Everyone lives in peace. That's the way it should be anyway. What are we all fighting about? Lord only knows. Okay. So for real, that's why I like creating these little fantasy worlds. That's a little escape for me too. Because Lord knows my life has its issues. Whew. We won't even go into those, people. We'll keep it good. Okay, so I'm going to throw little splashes in here too. Here and there. Little splashes. Okay. Just here and there. Little splashes. Now the other thing I want to do is there was some water. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Right here and right here. Yeah. There was some water that we were doing that was coming from this ring. Remember over here? This ring, we made it into a little world, and also there's water and there's snow dripping. Just tons of different things. I want some of that to drip right into here. So we're going to continue some of that right into the water. And then that's what makes sense for there to be, you know, splashes of water, because there's water falling in to this little lake. Plus it just makes it look cool. See how neat that looks? It like just adds. It's all this little stuff you do that makes your picture. That makes your painting. I think that looks cool. Okay, let's do it over here. We'll add some. There we go. Right down into here. Hopefully this is clear for you guys to see all this. I'm adding a little bit more water right here, dripping off, just because I want to. Because it's my world and I can do what I want to do. Alright. Okay. Okay. There we go with that. Trying to see if there's any other drips we want. And you know, we can throw some more drips in here, even if it's not dripping from anywhere. Like you can't even tell where it's coming from. You got so much stuff going on. We're just going to throw a few more drips in. Usually I go line it up with something that's above that's dripping, but who the heck would know anyway? Okay. Yeah, that looks really, really good. I like that. Okay, let me look in the camera and see what you guys are seeing. Rinse my brush. second. I can't stand a dirty brush. That drives me nuts. Okay. Yeah, so you guys, oh, that looks really, really good. Yay, I like it. Okay, so I want to show you, I'm going to come out so you guys can see the full thing. Oops, that's not coming out. I'll come out a little more. Let's see. Okay, so I think you guys can see everything. I'm going to bring this out here. Okay, there we go. So you can see the top here. Okay. Then I'm going to bring it back a little bit so you guys can see the bottom. And you can see down here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera, which it'll pause for like a second for you guys and you'll be back on. But I'm going to take her, okay? I've made copies, put her into my computer so I have her saved. But this is the original. I'm going to go and cut her out, fussy cut her out, put her in the world. If I need to splash water around her, which I usually do, throw some stars over her, whatever I need to do to make sure she's incorporated. But I like to basically cut her out and decoupage her and put her in the world. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera and put you guys on pause. Do that. So when we come back, she'll be in the world and I'll explain how I did it. Okay? All right. We'll be back. Okay, I have now finished up the entire painting, and I just want to share with you guys now. I told you I would do this off the camera. I have my figure that my girl that I drew, and I have you know, decoupaged her on to the piece, and then I've also well, okay, at the end here, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I cut her out. I fussy cut her out. I decoupaged her on here. A thing I like to use Eileen's Tacky to do that. It really puts things down really good. And also, I did a few things to make her become a part of the picture and not just glued on top. I took like the snow or the water, whichever one. I put a lot of snow and a lot of water, but let's say snow. I took the snow and I dripped it over her wings. Okay, see how it's dripped over the wings on both sides? And that puts her into the picture more. Like right here, I went ahead and put in some clouds. I put like some shooting stars kind of aiming towards her. I also flickered, you know, I took white paint. I wanted to flick the white paint really heavily over this whole thing. So it looks like a really like snowy, mystical, magical little world. And I flicked a bunch of that white paint all over her too, like her outfit, her wings here, and then the rest of the painting. So the whole thing looks like it belongs together, not like I glued her on and put her in after the fact. She looks like she's a part of the piece. So, or at least that's my goal. Okay, so let me give you guys an overall view of the whole thing. I'm going to let you see the top. So there's the top. See if I'm going a little bit closer. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Let's see about a little bit more. There we go. So there's the top, the sky. Okay. And there we go with the mid. Oh, let me do it this way. And let me go with the mid portion. Okay. And there's the girl. And we did end up covering up some stuff that was going on in the middle, but that always happens, so. No major. Because in the end, I think it comes out looking really cool. And then, can you see the bottom here? Oh, you know what? Let me come out a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see the bottom. And here's to make sure you guys can see. I always have my fingers like this because I'm looking in the camera upside down to make sure you guys can see. Yeah. So I think she turned out really, really pretty. I love her in her little world. And I think it turned out really, really cool. Okay, you guys, I'm going to be putting this in my Etsy shop today. So she'll be in my Etsy shop. She'll be in my Etsy shop by tonight. So if you guys are interested, you guys like her, she'll be for sale. And I'll have 8x10s and 11x14s of her. The 8x10s I think are 15 and the 11x14s I think are 25. So, and I do on really nice brochure paper, which is even better than photograph paper. It's thick, it's really nice and thick and really absorbs the colors nicely. So it makes beautiful, beautiful prints. And they also make really nice gifts. So if you know somebody who likes this type of artwork, this makes a really nice gift too. Especially since Christmas is coming up. Also, you know, I went through this kind of also a tutorial. So if you want to try your hand at doing some kind of artwork like this, for sure, go for it and do it. It's really fun. I love doing it. It's a surprise every time with using all these decoupage pieces and doing the painting techniques over them. If you don't draw or paint, as far as like your girl or whatever you want to put as your focal point, use a coloring book page, use a stamp, there's a million images that you can use and put in the middle or wherever you want in your piece. So, I just want to give you guys a couple of reminders. I have a Patreon account that I am setting up. And there's going to be different tiers. Like if you donate $5, you get this package. If you donate $10, you get this package. So there's like little packages of really cool goodies that I'll be sending you if you want to donate and join me on Patreon. You can join me on Facebook and Twitter under Angie Bell. Like I said, this piece here will be for sale in my Etsy shop. And it's www.myfairytreasures.etsy.com. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. And I'd love for you to leave a comment, but if you can't, just leave a thumbs up. I know it's hard to always leave comments on everyone's videos, but a thumbs up totally helps too, and it lets me know that you like the videos that I'm doing. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to do so. If you could share my channel with someone else, that would be awesome. And like I always say, always be creating, teaching, and sharing. Okay, girls and gents. Talk to you guys later. Bye.